The 18th day of October 2025, and if you check with your time, it's exactly half past 8 o'clock. This is Love 360 on Fila FM 89.3, and as we all know, the month of October, it's the pink month, which is the breast cancer awareness month, and that's what exactly we are doing, creating the awareness. So when it comes to cancer, of course, early detection is key. That's why this month we are supposed to do everything to know status. It's very, very important. Last week we looked at the breast cancer journey, mapping your way to recovery and renewal. Okay, just welcoming you back. This is Fila FM 89.3, and it's Saturday, and every Saturday evening we come your way with Love 360, and that's exactly what we're doing here this night. This Saturday night, of course, it is the 18th day of October 2025, and it's 32 minutes past 8 o'clock. So from now till 10 o'clock or beyond, we'll be coming your way with Love 360 on your Real Talk Radio. And at Humanity International, Same Ejay will be joining us, but I'll begin with Mrs. Gifty Safuanan. As always, we are live on Facebook, Fila FM 89.3. And as you join us there, please like the page and also share. And also like our TikTok handle 89.3 Fila FM. Of course, after the show, we pick bits and pieces and then we put them on TikTok. So you can always go there and also listen to our discussion. That's 89.3 Fila FM. That is our TikTok handle. Please go there and then follow us. My name is Akosia Kwatma Boache. Since we're still going to be talking about the breast cancer journey, let me first welcome my guest for now to the studios. Gifty, good evening again.
Good evening, Mommy.
It's wonderful to have you once again today.
Thank you. Happy to be here too.
Okay. So last week we talked about the breast cancer journey, mapping your way to recovery and renewal. So we looked at what breast cancer is, the risk factors, the causes, and signs and symptoms. Yes, before we came to the journey itself, that is even the journey of the breast cancer before we looked at the recovery and the renewal. So I would want us to have a recap.
That is why if you want to know whether your children are yours, you go in for DNA test. So there are certain genes that we inherit from our parents that can predispose us in getting breast cancer. So when an individual inherits it from the mother or the father, then it puts you at risk of getting breast cancer. And we also mentioned that we have a lot of breast conditions that are not cancerous, about 70% or 75% of that. And so women who also get those benign or non-cancerous breast cancers, as they age, they can also get breast cancer. So we also spoke about whether breast cancer has treatment. And we said that there is treatment for breast cancer. And the first treatment is supposed to be surgery. but because mostly patients report late, so we need to give what we call chemotherapy, which is the second treatment for cancer.
Okay.
Before surgery can be done. Then after the surgery, we said that you will need nourishment from the hormones or getting its nourishment from the HER2 proteins. And so these cancers are very aggressive, and what we do for those patients is also for them to be coming for follow-ups, then so that in case anything tries to start again, we can pick it up early. And we also mentioned about what we can do to prevent breast cancer, and we say we need to stop smoking or taking in alcohol. We need to also try and breastfeed our babies for about 2 years. And we also need to eat a lot of vegetables, fruits, and also cut down our sugar intake or carbohydrate intake, and also make sure we go for our regular screening. So as women, we can check our own breast every month, 7 to 10 days after your menses. You check your own breast, but every year you visit the hospital once or twice in a year for the experts to also check or examine your breast for you. So if you're a woman who is above 40 years, you go in for your mammogram yearly or 2 years. Then if you are somebody whose mother, father, or sister has ever had breast cancer, that is the family history,
yeah.
Then you need to start your mammograms at age 35. Or if your mother or your uncle or your sister had it at age 40, you need to start your mammograms 10 years to the time the person had the breast cancer.
Oh, okay.
So these are some of the things we mentioned we can do to prevent breast cancer. We need to take in a lot of water too.
We really miss you, Papa,
yes,
on the show.
I really miss the show. The presence of it, like being here physically.
Yeah, physically. That's right. That's right.
It's following, but not always able to tune in to listen. Anyway, but I've been away for long.
Welcome back home.
Thank you. Good evening to cherished listeners and viewers on Facebook and other media platforms.
Thanks so much. So
I am back, but not fully back.
I know, I know, right? But at least back we crowd between crano. And I give him one. Back we crowd between.
We want to support.
And coincidentally, omutu ni na crown. I feel when I feel just that gift came last week and then has come again today. Yes, but we are grateful that when we really need you, you are here. So we just were recapping what we discussed last week. That is the breast cancer journey mapping, your way to recovery and then renewal. And I just asked who a caregiver is. So yes, even though she told us who a caregiver is, but let me ask you the same thing as your intro to the show.
All right, so thank you so much. So when we say a caregiver, it's basically someone who is giving care to someone who is ill, elderly, or someone who is disabled, if you could put it that way. It could be in the form of physical care, emotional care, psychological care, or whatever that can be provided to relieve someone of something that the person cannot do for him or herself. So anyone who is ill and true and you say that, oh, I am tired. But taking care of someone who is terminally ill or chronically ill, the person can't do anything for him or herself. And so you provide the care to a point that you feel like you can't do anything again. You are at the peak of your tiredness. You are at the peak of, I mean, I say afuno. Afuno say, I mean, senkai unkua at the time you wish the person should have even died. Okay, and even the person who you are taking care of, the person who is sick, can also even look at you and like, I think I need to die so that you can rest, free, so that you can be free. So it is not just that normal stress, that normal tiredness, but then you are actually providing the care with all that love, with all that compassion attached. But it got to that time that care, that love, that compassion feels like it is out. So it becomes something raw. Your provision for the person is raw. It's like, this is food, take and eat, or this is water, drink. But that care that is attached, that emotion that is attached to the care that you are giving to the person is actually lost. Okay, so whatever that the person does, you become irritated, you become angry at it. Previously, with your support, maybe things are run on autopilot. It is no more you regulating your emotions around the person. So like I said, very little things the person does irritates you, you become angry at it and all that. And then you begin to find ways to avoid the patient, the person. So initially you would have woke up in the morning, knock at the person's door to see how the person is feeling. But AKB, when compassion fatigue sets in, what's the cry? You don't want to, well, like maybe you read them who cry, what behind me? Or whom me I saw on frame. But whom is a pet? A friend of cry, or friend of Benny. So those are the issues. So then physically, when that happens, like I said, it is not just the normal tiredness, like you have worked and so you are tired. But you see, the person calls you, then your answer is, I'm even tired. The moment you hear the person calling you, Okrama bro, those utterances come out. And even your actions will show and be clear to the person, that
and that is the time that is the time the patient to wish that she would die and everything would just end.
I mean, that those
when they come, they want you to perform magic because they are tired. They want miracle to happen, but it doesn't happen that way. It's a process. So these are some of the signs that you see that no, this person is tired. Sometimes it's their own mother, it's their own father, but the way they even talk to them, you see that no, this person is tired. So these are some of the little things that you will see. Or maybe those who are even sponsoring them with their medication, they will call them, I don't have money again, no, I can't use all my money on you. The children are there, other family members are there, you alone cannot finish my money. So these are some of the things you see the caregivers doing or behaving, and you know that they are tired.
You know, while you were saying some of them, no, I remembered something. Realized I was laughing. My mom sometimes wasn't well, went to the hospital and they gave her an injection and it became a problem. And every day this woman is complaining of pain. Every day, oh mama, me a drobia still. And I am ya, and I say, and I am just like the whole basic I know. Then one if
so that they can get attention.
Yeah.
Yes. So for a child, especially children, when they know that once I'm sick, that is where whatever I request for my parents they will give it. I'm feeling sickness right now. I know. So it's actually sometimes it happens. Yeah, sometimes it happens. There's patience sometimes, but then you don't also as a caregiver have to always think that
the person is pretending or exaggerating. All right. So sometimes to genuinely, you see the fatigue on the caregiver.
Yes.
Genuinely, you see it. So, this person is really suffering. This person is really fatigued. And typical.
Let me say something. When it comes to cancer pain, please don't think they are exaggerating. For cancer pain, they are really in pain. And so that is one thing that we don't want cancer patients to be in pain. And that is why the palliative nurses are there.
Okay.
So you make sure a cancer patient doesn't die in pain. So you do all that you can, all the pain medications you need to give. You have to always make sure they are in pain free. Yeah.
All right. So as I was saying, you see, say no, this person is really going through a lot in caring for this cancer patient or survivor. And typical of us, you say, oh, you two, you have to take care of yourself. Oh, you just say it, and then you are gone. So how can caregivers grant themselves that genuine guilt-free?
That is the first mentality you are supposed to have. So it is not to say you are abandoning the patient. You are not. It is, let's see it as parts and parcel of the caregiving process. So you providing the care doesn't mean that you are supposed to sit by the person 24/7.
Okay.
Because AKB, I've known people, caregivers, like I say, we try or your phone who
Bebri, it happens.
Bebri.
A lot. It happens.
Very
true. Very true.
Yes, because they don't recharge, because they don't refill, because they don't take care of themselves. So have that guilt-free permission to pause and refill or recharge. So first see it as you are recharging, you are refilling. And like I said, have that guilt buster mantra like I indicated. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't. So there's the need for you to track back, take care of yourself, and then come back well energized, so that you can keep providing the care that you're supposed to provide for the person who is sick. So it is important that you schedule medical checkups for yourself whilst you are sending the patient to the hospital for now. It is important that we don't feel that guilt that if I'm also taking care of myself, if I am pausing, I am going taking that break, then it means I am abandoning the patient. It is not abandonment at all. We have to see it as part and parcel of the caregiving process. So you need to step back to recharge or to refill, and then have that guilt buster mantra that I can't pour out from an empty cup. I say the award on some way there. Bibi any one some to me from my money. Bibi knew some to me from my money. And you was a brain and bibi won some and what to me at the ama. The abeya might be about some my brain and say, who share son, you need to refill.
Oh, Shanama.
Exactly. And this are now Janus idea. A berry, a rinsoir. Then it means in that moment, what it means is that you are even putting your patient even in their conditions. Because Obefro baby are them and now to mean sorry. Who provides that care? Exactly. So we actually now more patients. And many, like I indicated,
and I say,
yes, that becomes another
the trauma will be too
much.
Who
even comes to take care of the person if you
work no pay.
Near piano. So
the rest are providing the money.
Exactly. Then the rest may also be providing. So they think that quote unquote they are doing you that favor, and so you have to be there and care. frɛ obi sɛ ɔmmra mɛboa wo sɛ I think we'll get there. So maybe
Okay.
sometimes what will happen is oh here be a friend. I didn't know here I'm from. I didn't know here I'm from. Or I saw down from. And most of the times, we push everything on that particular person, and then we take our physical support, quote unquote, out of it. So for us, maybe we will send the money, we would maybe buy the drugs, medications, and all that will provide those funds, and then that ends it.
That ends it.
Okay, because the person most of the times when people are sick, it has a lot of financial toll,
of course,
financial implications, and so if somebody is providing the finances, the person actually thinks that he or she is
patient is multidisciplinary. When we say multidisciplinary, it involves a lot of disciplines, like the palliative nurse, the nutritionist, the psychologist, the clinical psychologist. It involves the surgeon. It involves the medical oncologist. It involves the radiation oncologist. It involves physiotherapist. It involves oncology nurse or nurses. And so I think with our setting, unlike outside, when you go to the diaspora, before the news of a chronic disease will be broken to a patient, they make sure all these people are involved. So as my brother was talking about, they don't even know there is something that is called like break and take care of yourself. They don't know, because initially they have not been told. So it's during the time that the news is going to be said to them that they will be booked or scheduled for all these specialists to have a session with them.
Okay, that's the caregivers.
That is the caregivers. But with our setting, the whole of Northern region, we have only 2 palliative nurses. So
the whole of Northern region?
Yes.
And they are all at TTH? Or
they
one
are
is
all
there?
at TTH.
Sorry.
And look at how who brought the mother for chemotherapy. She was writing exams in the afternoon.
Wow.
So she has to give money to somebody, plead with the person to buy food for the mother in the afternoon. So such a person, are you sure she was even able to learn for the exams?
That's the problem.
And even finally the mother passed on. So sometimes the experts to help in these aspects are not there. But as oncology nurses and doctors, we do our little that we can do by counseling them when we see the signs of this compassionate fatigue and all that.
You do your bits. It's not easy, because I really can imagine. I can imagine. Seriously. Okay, so it's a touching kind of discussion we're having tonight, and I'm sure those who have been there before might be, maybe things will be coming back to mind, what they have been through, those who are still there, what they are going through, and all that. So we're looking at the silent struggle of caregivers.
I want to say something. There was this young lady who used to come for medication. When she comes with her auntie to serve her food with vegetables and all that. By any time this girl is coming back, she comes with low HB. So one day, one of our colleagues said he was going on home visiting. So he went, not knowing in the house, this woman will leave this girl no food until she comes.
Auntie or sister, come and take care of her small, so that I can also go and refresh and then come back. Is it that kind of support that they are talking about? And all these things puts the burden back on the caregiver. Now it now behoves on you to now ask for help. Meanwhile, the help should just come naturally, because you yourself, you can see, say no, at least even once in a while, oh, let me come and then help, so that you can also take a day or two off. So let's look at some practical, concrete ways a community can create a relief shift for the primary caregiver without waiting to be asked. You don't wait for the person to even ask, be it the community or even the family. So can we look at the practical steps that we can take, so that at least the caregivers can also take a little break, they can also come in and then give out some support?
So I think that it's something we call something a family meeting, but then we request it from the patient if she wants us to call a family meeting whereby we break the news to them, then we let them know the kind of support they will need, financially, psychologically, emotionally, then also with the house chores and all that. So if the patient permits us, these are some of the things we can do. Call them and you talk to them, and what they have decided, that is what this poor woman must go by. And you'll be there maybe in 6 months or a year time, and this woman will come back either in a wheelchair, either cannot see again, or either with a big sore on the breast, that it will be difficult to heal. So these are some of the things we can do to support the family, but then they also have their own family standard and their religion or their faith that they go by. So it makes it a bit challenging, but we try our best to connect the family to the right source for support.
Okay. So Sammy.
Yeah, I get it. So just like she said, the support is multifaceted, and so some comes with financial support, emotional support, psychological support, and all that. But I think that as family, now we know that there's a caregiver, and we need to support that caregiver.
That caregiver,
well. So, like I indicated, I mentioned earlier, would you hear me be afraid? I think we can be specific, and maybe they are not able to sleep because you see, you are afraid that you will sleep and something will happen.
And they will blame you that you didn't take care of.
So they are not really able to sleep. So for me, I think one practical support that can be offered is, well, you are not the caretaker or the caregiver, but maybe for a period, 1 hour, 2 hours, you can go and then say, okay, let me sit by the patient, go and take a nap. Exactly. 1 hour, 2 hours, it's fine. So that the person can have that free mind to sleep, knowing that there is somebody standing by, okay, to provide that support that the person needs. So these are some things that I think we can do, because AKB, when you do that, it provides that emotional support for the caregiver as well, knowing that or you also call the caregiver to remind the person. These are some practical supports that we can provide to them. Otherwise, AKB, and I'm on a Dawson. My in-law served as a caregiver to the husband. My mother's sister served as a caregiver for her grandmother, and it can be enough from
baby,
enough from bakum. Now the yet to one crying say nipano a chronic a terminally illness now maybe a malaria maybe at 1-2 days. Now want to mean yana hoshi
so me when ni didi then I want go sana. Oh, okay.
Janika crown yon to want and di and I no crown of the from. So I think that we need this. we need to provide this support for the caregivers. They really need it. They need it.
So sometimes we sit aside and think, so if it is money you need, I've provided the money for you. So that is it.
Sika nkwan to me. Yes, sika enye den to me mfa enso obi nkwaya sabia.
It's somebody who has to carry the person.
Nipa.
And especially when the person is even bedridden, you have to lift the person.
Lift the person.
Oh, Daneno, you are doing this, you are doing that.
So you see the physical pains that even the caregiver will find, and then decisions, and then keep on with whatever that the person is doing. So I think we need to do some of these things. We might see them as very trivial, but they add up to actually give that care, holistic support that we are actually talking about. Everybody needs a support system.
Sure.
Everybody, including caregivers, they also need it. Whilst they are providing that care for the patient, they also need that for themselves. Otherwise, they will break down. They'll break down. And like I indicated,
which they always do.
Break down.
They always do.
They break down.
They always do.
That's why they exhibit those funny behaviors towards the patients. So as he's saying, in reality, if we can do that to support the caregivers, it will really help. It's not about just sending money or just calling. I'm calling to see how mama is feeling or how daddy is feeling alone. We need to also take care of them. But with our part of the world, it doesn't always happen. People think that once they have given you money or they've given you shelter, you are okay. But as we were talking about initially, that chronic people living with chronic, the patients. So we should try our best. We know it's not easy because you have to also go and work and get the money for maybe the hospital bills, the drugs and all that. But in as much as you are also bringing in money, the one staying with your father or your mother also needs a lot of care. So let's do our best for them.
Okay, so if you are doing the listening, we are talking about the silent struggle of caregivers. So if you have someone like that taking care of your relative like that, please, you should also show some care. And it's like, as she said, it's not all about the money. It's not all about the money, but once in a while you can also take some time off. You're busy the other way round, and this changes the dynamics of a relationship entirely. When it happens like that, it changes entirely. So let's look at how couples can navigate this shift from being partners to a patient caregiver dynamic and protect their emotional intimacy through it all. Let's look at all this, Sammy.
Okay. This is actually one of the challenging situations. I remember engaging some yet to be couples and telling them to take some medical tests. And most of the time when this comes up, the question is it that we don't trust ourselves? That is why we're supposed to take this test. But on the other way round, for me, it is also a way of solidifying your trust for each other. That if we would even do the test prior to our marriage,
okay,
and I get to understand that this person has this condition, and I will still want to stick to the person and we get married. That actually is trust validated, so that you know that even in the marriage anything can happen. So once it happens, these things happen sometimes uninformed, unexpectedly and all that. Okay, to intentionally. It is not easy. Let me just say that it is never going to be easy. That you would want to communicate, and it is not about the sickness, because these illnesses take a whole lot. It takes a toll on the people, the psychological toll of it, financial, emotional, and all that. When it happens like this, what it means is that the other partner, if he or she was working, now we are talking about breast cancer, and I think we know breast cancer can happen to both male and female and women. Yes. So, yeah, when this happens, what it means is that potentially the other partner is coming to stop working.
So the burden is going to be on one partner.
Yeah.
Obeje adwuma ye o.
Yeah.
Ono krampo ye adwuma no na ekosi
It's the same.
And sometimes it's even better if the person is a government worker.
Yes.
That one they may
Maybe
consider, so the person passed on, then they stop the salary. But if it's a private company, when you mix work for like 3 months or 4 months, that ends it.
So
government no cry na I think after 6 months. No. Now after a year, you're not supposed to. Your name is supposed to be removed.
So it becomes
from the payslip.
A whole lot. Like I said, oye adwuma kra na ekusi. And as you say, onye adwuma. And one thing too is that your expenditure will definitely skyrocket.
Increase.
Because medication.
Yes.
Every at those times look at a fit now on top arampo. But you see, I make a nipa no that grows so every day. And those medicines are not the less expensive medicine. They are very expensive. That you need much money to be able to buy. Now, this person, the patient, will stop working. He will not work. This happen and all that. And it can be when you do this. For me, I think it will serve as an encouragement to the other partner who is even now become a caregiver to be able to provide, to be encouraged to actually support the partner. Say, neobre no di nyasa.
Sir.
Brebe ya bra abedru hanuma. Mentumi enyu mu amani. And that is where people will say, especially when couples grow old, and you say that if you have not treated your partner very well, if you have not treated your partner very well, then that is where when we
payback time. Payback time.
Then if I never pay back, and see, we those memories we had from the beginnings, I think it is something we can go back to and look, so that our mind is not always on the sickness.
Yeah.
And this is yare no kwa na edwen ho a eno kra no ede like I think the Bible has a word, or say I've forgotten the biblical phrase, but it's like adwendwen eku ebrew sunsun ase. And say you're able to say these to ourselves. I think the thinking that the one who is not well will actually go through, the worries that the person will go through will be minimized, and it becomes a shared problem. I am going to say a dabako for so. Na mumu ye nyina na ye wom se wona yare na ba on change, but we are in it together. I think these are some things that couples can really do when it gets to this period. Yeah, it's not easy, so to say, like I said.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult for most couples. It's just few men who are able to do, and those who are able to do, their wives recover very fast, and very well, and looks beautiful as before. But most of the men, they are not able to do that.
So those who are not able to do that, what do they usually do? Do they
so
run
the
away
women,
and
they
leave them?
some tell them go back to your father's house.
Hey.
Some too in the same house, they give them a room
Separate
that
room.
is not pleasant as she used to live in. Yeah. So most of them, they die very early. Yeah.
Yeah, 7 Yakupo. Enhu ya mobo.
Amen.
Yakupo enhu ya mobo. It's not easy.
Yeah, it can be just to, I don't know, maybe and to give tea. I don't know whether, and I think that is one thing too that can help. Support groups. You know, we're trying to get some patients to come, like, but you see, it is not easy getting them.
No,
it's because of the stigma.
Yes, because of the stigma.
For Accra, they are there plenty. If you want
and they
10,
are willing.
if you want 10 survivors in Accra, you will get 20 survivors. You will get about 30 survivors. You will get, but Tamale, you can't get. They are there, but
So
they don't want
it's
to
like,
come out.
yeah, no, it's a kind of a small community.
Yeah.
So the moment they come out, everybody will know.
Yes.
Accra, maybe
It might be.
it's a big place, so we shouldn't need problems, sir.
But some of them, their families have problem. You see, because of family history being a risk factor, people are afraid that their daughters may not get husbands because it's a but we should know that family history puts that person at risk 10%. The genetic we are talking about. Remember, there are several factors.
Yeah.
That's when you are predisposed to, you can get breast cancer. So we want the public to know that the fact that they don't have any support, but the patients themselves, they make friends with each other and they support each other, they coach each other.
They coach each other. If you not support us, we'll support ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's something that we need to really look at and take it seriously. Our history
Of course,
and
it does.
Yes, you might want to talk to individuals on that load, but when you meet as a group, it has its own benefits and its own importance that you actually get beyond. So even in counseling, we encourage group counseling a lot, because you see, it gives you the opportunity to understand that I am not in this alone. So you come together, one will share his or her experiences, one will share ideas, and you even learn from your colleagues even more than even you are learning from the counselor. Okay, so it's something that I think we need to see how we can push to make that possible, even though it's not easy, especially like she said, from this part of Ghana. But I think it's one thing that can also help to alleviate the challenges that these people actually go through. Yeah.
Okay. So then, how can we empower the caregiver? All right. I don't know if in this part of our world we have anything like the Caregivers Bill of Rights. Do they even have any rights at all to empower them? And if there is, what might such a bill of rights include? What do they include and how?
To families, to friends, to every group that they think they can reach out to also have that. They should have life outside caregiving. And this is where normally the issue is. So you see caregivers, and because they are not taking good care of themselves, they look shabbily dressed, unkempt hair. Oh, she any pana who say, I mean, but yeah, they know that J a dry extra.
Yes.
And she say, the caregiver should also has that right. Life outside caregiving. Say, on also bet to be a corner, na down from China, na kwatinasi, adding gomo. Okay, a good day be nekoswa. On also bet to me, I could take some recreational activities. They should have that, because they are also human beings.
Yeah.
They are also human beings. And so, like I said, when we see them doing this, first, the caregiver shouldn't feel guilty about it. it is the guilt that makes them not able to, should I say, take these rights. Because what you are for now will be at yard for Honkobo, only one. I mean, that thinking, that guilt, patching the torn dresses of people. No, Mangasa Tukrudomoto. They are not able to patch their own. Sana Akoyo.
They can even be sick and still be
working
because they fear to complain.
Exactly.
If they say they are not well, their siblings will complain.
Not really understand.
But we are saying that in as much as they are not working, and so we are saying they should be by our patients, at least we should also give them that honor by at least scheduling in such a way, as my brother said, that when this person go on leave, at least they will come and spend a week or two, so that she can also have a vacation.
Exactly.
By the time she comes back, she's refreshed. Maybe on her birthday or something, you can excuse her, let somebody, even if it takes that, you hire somebody for that 2 weeks or that 1 month, so that she can also have a break and also have time for herself, for her birthday, and you people showing appreciation to this caregiver is also good. And sometimes we, those who are also not well, we should also try our best and appreciate the little that our caregivers are giving us. Some patients too are not appreciative, and it also makes the caregivers very angry and also behave the way they behave towards them. I remember some people brought their mother and they said that for our mother, whatever she wants is what she does. So even this hospital that she has come is because their father said if she doesn't console them, it's like they are angry with what they are going through. But they don't know whom to vent it on. Some vent it on God and all that. Some vent it on the close people around and a whole lot. So in situations like that, we can try and book an appointment with a clinical psychologist, have a session with them, and I think things will be fine.
Things will surely
just
be fine.
To buttress the point that's showing appreciation by the patients. I went to Sunyana just the last 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
And I visited a brother who was not being well for a while. I mean, it got to a time that he was not even able to walk and all that. I remember when I visited and we were seeing him and all that, when I was about going, the last words was, I should thank the wife so much for all that she has been doing for him. And he was that if not for the wife at that critical period, he didn't know what would have actually happened to him. And so I extended that appreciation to the wife. And you know, sometimes, most of the time, when this appreciation comes, we don't want to even accept it in the first place. And then, I mean, but it's very important. It is very.
The crisis has paused. Gift, let me start with you because you see it every day.
Yeah, so I'll use a young lady's experience. So when the mother passed on, she was moving to and fro, thinking how she can go back to school and all that. So if you are not careful, this beautiful young lady will start sleeping with men, thinking that that is how she can also get help. So it's not easy because now she has lost the mother. The money she used is not coming again. She's not working. She's following politicians who will always promise and are not supporting her. So it's frustrating. So most of the times it's not easy they coming back to who they are easily like that. It takes time, it takes counseling, and it takes coaching before they can come back to who they were.
And who will do this counseling?
So that is whereby we have to refer them to see counselors or a clinical psychologist, because that is their job. That is what they have been trained for.
But usually after the death, do they even come back for you to, recommend this counseling for them?
Most of them don't come back, and afterwards to hardly do we mostly follow them.
To seek for support.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in our part of the world, that is something that we really are not good at.
Yes.
Counselors are there. Yes.
Because of trust issues.
Exactly, that's true. Thing. So it's good that you go to the professionals. The counselors are there. The clinical psychologists are there. The clinical counseling psychologists are there. You can go to them, and they can actually help you through that, so that you can reclaim that lost identity. And it's a conscious effort that you need to do so that you can reconnect. Otherwise,
the lost identity, can you really even reclaim it?
You would be able to
take time
after a period if you really go through proper therapy counseling sessions, you would be able to reconnect it. It's just that sometimes you would lose some friendships at a time because during that
relationship,
sadly,
you
lose so many relationships, you lose so many hobbies, your work, you lose it and all that. So for you to unlearn and relearn and all that, it is really not easy doing all those things. But like I indicated, if you get a counseling psychologist or clinical psychologist, they are able to help you to put the pieces together and reconnect to that lost identity again. And then some are able to pick up and even do better than they were doing previously. So it is not
to psych her and also involve the nurse manager and for them
transfer or something.
Yes, because and this was a young guy and she was wishing a lot of evil for the person within her.
Wow. It can be deadly.
Yeah.
It can be deadly, and this person can do anything to harm you.
Yes.
They can do anything.
Yes.
They can, because already they have actually gone through it. They've gone through that trauma. They are traumatized. They've gone through that pain and all that, and so the kids will man is all be proud.
Yeah. And in their pain, whatever they say, they can fight you. So it's not easy. It's not easy.
Okay, it's not easy, and then those going through it, I know that it is not easy at all. So tonight on Love 360, we've been looking at the silent struggle of caregivers. Okay, the silent struggle of caregivers, balancing the strength, supports, and also self-care as a caregiver. So if you are one of them, you should know is discharged. The next person to be admitted will be you because of what you go through. So it is not easy. It is not easy at all. And just appreciate yourself. Even if nobody appreciates you, appreciate yourself that you are doing a good job. And you are doing a good job. Seriously. Gifty, quickly, let me take your final words and then let's go.
So what I want to say is that we should try our best as family to support the caregivers so that they will be able to give out their best to our patients. If we make our caregivers comfortable, they will also make our patients comfortable, and it will elongate their lives. There are patients that you think that, this patient will not keep long. But because of the care the caregiver is giving to that patient that you were thinking,
the love they are showing
they are showing will die like a month or two, will still be living on for a year and even more. And the person you thought that, this one day, that one will even come and bypass that patient. So let's try our best and give our caregivers, be it a husband or a wife, a sister, a cousin, a daughter, a son who is sacrificing to take care of our sick mother or our sick father or our sick relative so that they can give out their best. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Simon.
Yeah, AKB. So once Gifty has gone to the family, let me come to the caregivers themselves. So understand that self-care is part of the caregiving process. Sure. And you can't pour out from an empty cup. So just understand that caring for yourself is part of caring for your patient as well. And let's see.
Gifty told us that now you can walk in any day for your breast to be examined. They've dedicated a room, and there are always nurses there. Specialist OPD, yes. And there are always nurses there who will do that for you. So please, early detection, we always tell you, is key. And it can only be detected early when you go for the breast examination, and then further checks, the mammogram and all that. And even within this month, it is slashed. So you can take opportunity and do that. Maybe last year you didn't do it. This year, just take that opportunity and then get the mammogram to actually check off your status. So thanks very much, most especially to our listeners, to our viewers on Facebook, to all those caregivers out there. God bless you. God bless you. It's a very, very good work and hard work that you are doing. So God, trust me, will continue to bless you. And remember always to practice that self-care. So this evening this night I've been in the studio with Mrs. Gifty Safo